224. Hashtag Dobbs2 at Gay Magazine. Hashtag FirstTV224A.
Looking for a friend. Are you a top or a bottom?
I'm a top.
Not for me, but who just... You're a top. Wow, that was really an easy answer for you.
Well, because the answer was readily available. I wish that I could. I need to loosen up, as they say.
Yeah. I think we're taking lessons from the younger generation, and they're all fluid or non-binary or something like that.
Right.
Do you ever think about that? Because we're like old Jews, darling. The die was cast way before we were born. We were kind of brought into the world as something. But what if you weren't? What if you were able to be whatever the hell you wanted to be? Would you be more fluid? Would you be heterosexual?
Yes. Oh, for sure. I think I would be more of a bottom. And would I be heterosexual? Well, listen, I think if I could have ticked a box when I was 10 or 13 or 15 or 18 and chosen, do you want to be hetero or homo? I would have definitely chosen hetero, like without question.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because it would have been so much easier.
All right. And let me and it almost sounds like a TV is on somebody's background, but it's cool.
That's next door.
Is it that loud?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Quick. I won't go on that side note. I was going to ask something very, I won't ask, but they're really trying to drown out something. Anyway, let me stop. I have no idea. Anyway, so my initial reaction to Andy Cohen saying that, I'm like, that's nice. And I feel that piece in that interview sort of increased my like for Andy Cohen. I think Andy Cohen is cool. And doing my little extra research on Andy Cohen, I found out Andy Cohen is a fellow June Gemini. Yay! You know, he is born 8 days and 15 years before me. So it's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. And he runs stuff. And I love that. And also, in reference to his calling himself a top. Now, I'm not, in reference to my interactions with those in the world with whom, or who in the world I interact with. Anyway, I think as far as my homosexual part, one thing that I do think is really cool is finding the soft side of a hard, dominant man. I think that's cool. And with Andy Cohen, his partner, whoever that is, now technically, as far as we the public know, he's not married. But, you know, I think it's cool to imagine like his partner finding that soft side of him. Anyway, but I think that's cool. Now, for myself, I do call myself a bottom, and there's kind of an agenda to that because I want people to not feel bottom shame, you know? But truth be told, really, I think I'm more of a sub-bottom leaning side. Yes, okay? And without anal, generally, you know, for the most part. And that reminded me of a time in my college days, you know, also known as as far as my age, my sexual exploration days, I used to call myself Verse. And I'd call myself Verse because I was like relatively sexually inexperienced or gaining sexual experience. And I was like, well, I'm just open to anything. So I call myself Verse. And this one older dude that I was dealing with, because, me and older dudes, you know, he got very upset with me. And he was like, I hate it when you all call yourselves Verse and you don't know how to take a dick. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I'll finish it in my one squared. Basic complexity.
All right. And I just find it interesting because when I was younger, and if there was a choice when I was younger, I definitely would have chosen to be heterosexual, and only because it was more accepted then. Homosexual was that no go. But yeah, I basically had a secret, kept it for a little while, and then just was what it was. And that's what I have.
So he was not happy about